According to the American Psychological Association's annual Stress in America survey, a lack of willpower is frequently cited as people's top reason for not achieving their goals. Researchers across the globe are studying how people develop willpower and overcome willpower depletion. To be frank, willpower is for people who haven't decided what they actually want in their lives. If you're required to exert willpower to do something, there is an obvious internal conflict. You want to eat the cookie, but you also want to be healthy. You want to focus at work, but you also want to watch that YouTube video. You want to be present with your kids, but you can't stop looking at your phone. According to psychological research, your willpower is like a muscle. It's a finite resource that depletes with use. As a result, by the end of your strenuous days, your willpower muscles are exhausted, and you're left to your naked and defenseless self, with zero control to stop the nighttime munchies and time wasters. At least that's what you've been taught. Clearly, the research on willpower explains human behavior, but only at the surface level. The very fact that willpower is required comes from several fundamental sources. You don't know what you want and are thus internally conflicted. Your desire, your why, for your goals isn't strong enough. You aren't invested in yourself or your dreams. Your environment opposes your goal. Once these 4 principles are aligned within yourself, the internal debate is over. Thus, all future decisions regarding that matter have also been made. No questions. So, are you serious about this, or are you just talking? Are you still on the fence, or have you decided? Until you decide, you'll be required to use willpower and continue making minimal progress. When it comes to achieving goals, making committed decisions involves investing up front, making it public, setting a timeline, installing several forms of feedback, accountability, and removing or altering everything in your environment that opposes your commitment. Rather than relying solely on your own internal resolve and strength, true commitment means you've built several external defense systems around your goals. It means you've created conditions to make the achievement of your goals inevitable. Everything has been put in place. You now have no choice but to act according to your highest desires. Too much is at stake if you don't. You can design your environment to propel and sustain success. We adapt to our environments. Thus, a conscious personal evolution involves purposefully controlling and creating environments that shape us into the person we want to become. Everything in life is a natural and organic process. We adapt and evolve based on the environments we select. You are who you are because of your environment. Want to change? Then change your environment. Stop the willpower madness already. These ideas run counter to a lot of self-help advice, which tends to focus on what you can do for yourself and by yourself. The pervasive self-help advice is to focus on yourself. This makes sense because we live in a highly individualistic culture. We've been conditioned to ignore context and obsess about ourselves. Environmental design is different. It's about creating conditions that make your success inevitable. For example, if you want to be focused at work, you need to remove all distractions from your physical and digital workspace. If you want to eat healthy, remove all the unhealthy foods from your house. If you want to get creative insights, get out of town and relax for a day or two. If you want to be more motivated, take on greater responsibility and increase the stakes for both success and failure. Those who focus on environmental design recognize that a person's internal and external worlds are not clear-cut with fine lines. Although psychological research, for instance, distinguishes between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, the reality is that the internal and external play off each other. When you change your environment, such as surrounding yourself with different people, your thoughts and emotions change. These inner changes then alter your values and aspirations, which require you to further alter your external environment. Thus, it is by tweaking your conditions that you proactively shape who you become. You design your worldview by proactively shaping your external inputs, such as the information you consume, the people you surround yourself with, the places you go, and the experiences you have. Most people, however, reactively and mindlessly respond to whatever environments they find themselves in, and thus develop a worldview leading to ineffective behavior and victimhood. Which brings me to the very definition of environment. In a strict sense, we all have internal, external, and interpersonal environments. However, for the sake of simplicity, in this audiobook, environment is that which is external, not internal. For example, your environment includes your physical surroundings, the people you choose to form relationships with, the information you let in, the foods you consume, and the music you listen to. That which is external shapes that which is internal.